What is your perception of the efficacy of aid coming from another culture and another country?
Oof, well, it's a challenge, isn't it? I mean, and again, I'm talking about India here. I mean, India is, in a very bullish mood at the moment. It's very successful. It doesn't like to wash its dirty linen in public, is the English expression. So, in fact, if you challenge India around issues around HIV/AIDS, child mortality, etc., India is very uncomfortable. It likes to solve its own problems. But I'm English and I come from a British culture, and we equally don't like being criticised. So there's a sense where you have to really be quite sensitive about how much you challenge and how much you assist countries to achieve Millennium Development Goals. And nobody's averse to it. I mean, we have our own problems in Europe. We're not exempt from this. It's not just the developing world is perfect by any means. We have our own set of challenges. And we have growing disparities between, the very wealthy and the very poor, in the same way that we see magnified in cultures like India. So I think it's about how you approach. It's about dialogue. It's about communication. It's certainly not taking a dictatorial or an accusatory attitude towards any country or nation.
And do you think that local communities have a say in how this aid is used?
Well, I would probably say that's one of the biggest challenges, to be honest. I mean, trying to move towards a rights-based approach in terms of development, which means that you're inclusive of the voice of the beneficiaries, the very people that you seek to serve, is a huge challenge for organisations like mine. We get it badly wrong on occasion, because if you want to be consultative, if you want to be inclusive, and you want to be genuine about including those voices, then you really do have to work at very grassroots level. You've got to work with community-based organisations. You've got to do it over a period of time, because you want to include the voices of the most disfranchised, and that is going to be women, it's going to be the disabled, it will be the elderly, it will be the sick, it'll be people who are in a caste or class bracket that don't access a voice in any other forum. And to be able to get that voice and to get that authentic voice, that takes trust, it takes time, it takes investment. And very often agencies just don't have that length of time to achieve the sort of scope and goals that they want to do. So they bulldoze ahead, and then retrospectively, everybody has hundreds of stories of aid that's gone very, very badly wrong, because you've even put a well in the wrong place and people don't access it, or it's inappropriate aid. So therefore, it's very, very difficult to transfer things from one context to another. What works in Africa doesn't work particularly in Asia, and it certainly doesn't work in Latin America. So the challenge of listening and being inclusive of community voices means that you'll have a much stronger solution to their problems. And I genuinely believe that all communities, and I'm putting myself on a limb here when I say all communities, but I genuinely do think that all communities can actually find their own solutions if you actually create the space around them and create the enabling environment and create the resources to make change. They very often can come up with the right answers.